here at the Frankston Basketball Stadium. Please welcome onto the floor the visiting side from Melbourne Tigers. Number 3, Nick Hollywood. Number 4, William Hickey. Number 5, Jack Hines. Number 6, Maxwell Batala. Number 7, Michael Wells. Number 9, Michael Luxford. Number 11, Daniel Kinsella. Number 15, Van Nerven. Number 24, Derek McDonald. They are coached by Brad Miller and assistant coaches Jason Loma and David Peters. They are the Melbourne Tigers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please go on. Go crazy. They are your Frankston Blues. Here they are, opening again. Number 1, Andy Melbourne. Number 3, Anthony O'Malley. Number 4, Alistair McDonald. Number 8, Lachlan Barker. Number 9, Dan Triss. Number 10, Tom Jarrett. Number 11, William Pierce. Number 14, Jared Moss. Number 15, Jim Young. Number 21, Angus Howard. By Andrew Mann, assistant coach is Jackson. Please, at this point in time, I ask you all to be upstanding for playing with the Australian National Anthem. Following that, we're going to have 5 minutes to warm up and then it is hip-hop time here at the Frankston Basketball Stadium.
Good afternoon, evening, ladies and gentlemen. Brad White coming to you from the Frankston Basketball Centre for what is going to be an amazing game of basketball tonight, coming at you from the NBL YouTube channel, and it's absolutely my pleasure. Adam Kerr, welcome to the commentary box, mate. What do we expect out of this Frankston team tonight?
Hopefully locking up a top 4 spot.
Yes,
I think.
yes.
So they'll come out pretty hard. They've been working really hard the last month or so and put themselves in a good position to finish the season. So
yeah, look, on a 4-game winning streak so far, the Blues team, they're just playing outstanding brand of basketball, but you can't take anything away from this Tigers team. Yeah, they've dropped the last 2, but certainly a potent lineup, 2 very athletic teams. A big out for the Tigers though, Pino, not playing tonight.
Yeah, I did see him. But when you talk about athleticism, just watching them in the warm-up just before, yeah. So even some of the smaller guys, very athletic.
It's going to be an extraordinary game, and I think, and expect a fair few highlights. But this raucous Frankston crowd, having seen the ladies Blues win by 6 over the Tigers, is, I think, a great start, and no doubt we're going to be in for something special here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We've had a domestic tournament on here this weekend, so
yes,
there's a lot of people hanging around. It's a really good crowd tonight, so yeah, looking forward to this one.
No, absolutely wonderful to see, and as we see the Blues getting ready to go to battle, the starting 5, Bozeman, Trist. And you're going to have to help me out with this one, Adam.
Oh, I cannot say.
Hadzimirowicz.
I can never say that one. No, I won't even bother.
Put him on the spot. Barker and Young. And for the Tigers, it'll be Luxford, Melbourne, Pozoglu, Vitala and Wells. 2 very, very talented squads. And, of course, most importantly for the Blues, about locking up that top 4 spot. Of course, we're at that point in the season now where every game is so important. Not just to the particular team that may win or lose the game, but to the rest of the teams as well. So get ready to underway. People are still filing in here at the Frankston Basketball Stadium as we're ready to tip off doubleheader at Frankston. Brad White, Adam Kerr. Hope you enjoy the call tonight. Melbourne Tigers versus the Frankston Blues. Here we go. And the Blues have won the tip and will take control. Bozeman can go through Trist. Great off-ball action so far. Trist looking to go to work. 3's dangerous. You see an open look. Great offensive rebound for the Blues. And that's a fantastic start for Young as it gets the Blues on the board. Tigers looking to get into their set. Both teams looking to feel each other out, of course. Pozoglu so dangerous at all points. Great curl cut there from the Tigers. No good on that as the Frankston teams push. Great little handoff there.
Good
Great
finish.
conversion. Barker with this handy little dish. Blues up 4-zip. The space of a minute. Pozoglu loves that shot. Great spin. Excellent offensive rebound. Vitala gives a handy little spin move. Gets the Tigers on the board for the first time. The Blues seem to be so in rhythm at the moment, as obviously evidenced by their current winning streak, but to actually see them in the flesh, they seem to be a team playing very well.
Yeah, they seem to be shifting the ball quite well and quite. He's explosive, isn't he? They're shifting the ball and sharing the workload quite a bit, and that's probably helped the last few weeks. Hopefully again tonight.
Lockie Barker can certainly get off the floor, that's for sure. Again, another offensive rebound to the Tigers. Some open shooter in the corner and a third. Vitala doing some handy work on the boards already. Explosive move by Wells with the and one. Wells, quick first step. Draws the foul. Number 8, Lachlan Barker. Wow, how about Michael Wells? Woo.
Very explosive, the 2 of them, aren't they?
Goodness.
It's lightning.
Wells, the line for the and one. Can't convert. Gee, I tell you what. Neil Young nearly coughed it up on the rebounding contest, but Frankston will come away with it.
A little bit of full court pressure here just to get him moving.
single man coverage, I think. Wells has definitely got that covered though. It's going to be a great back cut by Bozeman. Shifts hands in mid-air. That's what we've come to see from Damon Bozeman. This is going to be an electric matchup, Bozeman and Wells.
It will be.
Goodness me.
Bozeman seems to have a bit of size on him, but yeah, Wells' speed.
You see another healthy three. It's a great steal though from Pozoglu, who's going to line up a three of his own. Tigers are just throwing up bricks at the moment from downtown. I don't think that'll last very long. A great shooting squad are the Melbourne Tigers. Bozeman off the pick. And I think you're right, Bozeman's definitely got that size advantage. Certainly looks like he's been to the weight room a lot more than Wells, but even as just a height advantage as well. Yeah,
he does, and when he comes up for that jumper he just landed then, extends really well and gives himself, makes him a bit taller than what he actually is as well.
No, absolutely, and as we see the first three of the game go down, Luxford showing the range. The Tigers already 5 threes. We're not even halfway through this first quarter. Could be a tactic going forward if you see a lot of bodies banging. Or it could be a foul on Melbourne for the Tigers. Can anyone in this league handle Dan Trist?
He's a big unit, isn't he? He finishes so well around the rim. He's a player to watch. He does all the fundamentals exceptionally well.
And that's the thing, exactly. You teach your under 12 through 16s, that rip through right there. Case in point, catch, rip and turn, and off he went. May have been in the shooting action is what they were claiming, but it'll be a side ball, side out for the Blues. That's 2 quick fouls though for the Tigers, both on Melbourne. Remains in the game. Got his work cut out from this point onwards. Great drive. Hadzimerovic. See Bozeman going full denial mode on Michael Wells. Forcing Vitala with the duties. Luxford gives out to Melbourne, looking to get a three. Goes with the left hand. Luxford blocked on the push. It's a great handoff to Bozeman. Late call by the official. The crowd in unison sighs.
There's
a big foul from Michael Wells.
That unselfishness, the way they've been playing lately, and probably need to be a bit selfish there. It might have come off, but if you look at we've already got 4 scorers on the scoreboard. You know, what are we, 4 minutes into the game? So
no, absolutely right. The Frankston team holding a 5-point advantage, and you're right. Bozeman with 4 points, Hadzimerovic with 4 of his own, Lachlan Barker with 2. He's Trist on the block. Barker from range. No good on that occasion. Tigers going to push back. Wells on the drive. It's a great no-look pass. And there's Pozoglu's first dunk of the night. First of many, no doubt.
And there's a ripper pass.
Wells with a beautiful dime. Woo. Ooh-wee. It's a hard drive. Hadzimerovic drawing the foul on number 6, Max Vitala. I tell you what, Michael Wells down the other end though. Quick explosive move, no look pass. Nick Pozoglu just said, thanks very much.
It was an electric pass. It was and a great finish.
Yes.
One for the highlight reel.
We see some substitutions here for the Blues. Hadzimerovic hits the first. Nailed the second as well. And does. Pushes it out to a 5-point game. Substitution in here for the Tigers. Well, as we see some full court pressure extended from Bozeman again. Will Hickey in for the Tigers. It's Wells. Hickey on cue. Trist with the big board. Open shooter in the corner. And
Nailed it.
splashes. Great unselfish basketball there from the Blues. This is Lockie Barker. Dial up 3 of his own. He's up to 5 points already. Tigers.
It was just a quick transition, got an open look and took it then, wasn't it?
Beautiful early execution. Miscommunication by the Tigers. The Blues on the release again. Barker. Bozeman with the easiest of twos. No Tigers wanted a part of that. Forces the quick timeout as the Blues rush to a 10-point lead.
Melbourne scored three straight scoring shots, I think, down the floor.
Yep.
And definitely the timeout needed, I think. They'll reassess what they're doing and hopefully come out a little bit better, Melbourne.
And I tell you what, Frankston, they are wanting to run. And like you said, you can see that connection. They just seem to be gelling so well. And they're finding their shooters an early option. I think on that last sequence, Barker could have shot it instead. Throws a fake, drives the lane. Found Bozeman standing in the key all by himself, which is convenient, but I tell you what.
I'm glad that one came off because the last one when he gave to Bozeman is when the foul was called.
That's it.
On Wells. And but no, they're just sharing the ball so well. They're really exciting to watch play at the moment. And, it's good down here. So,
No, absolutely. And as we said, a great crowd here down at the Frankston Basketball Stadium as we see the Melbourne Tigers huddle. No doubt, Coach Pinot having a couple of words with his team. They can't let this Frankston Blues squad get too far ahead. They've proven to be able to blow games open pretty quick. Dropping 20 in just over 5 minutes of action.
It's high scoring so far, isn't it?
It certainly is. As was the ladies' game. As was the ladies' game in the first half. Both teams shooting very well, and the Tigers have a bit of work to do as well. They've got 14 fouls up already, and we see an extended full court press. Bit of disruptive defense there from the Blues. Hickey through to Luxford. Pozoglu. It's a great drive. Oh. By Bynes that was. Blues securing the defensive board though. Barker. Through to Hadzimirjevic. Bozeman lining it up. Looking to dial it in. Majok. A huge rebound. That is an enormous man when you see him in flesh. He's Hickey on the streak.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
Jeez, I tell you what, he fills up a fair bit of the paint. And Will Hickey thought twice about bringing it in there. Great hands by the Blues. Good to see the Tigers turn in transition though and really put the pressure on. So we see some substitutions. Trist having a seat, along with Lachlan Barker as well. Tigers, corner 3. Luxford, no good. Great board there by Young. Neil Young to the most open Hadzimirjevic. Probably the most open shot he's going to have all season. Tigers, bit of a miscommunication.
Great vision by McDonald, I think it was there, was it? And
it was.
Pierced the paint.
Now they're looking at that early pass option too, which is great from the Blues. As you see another 3 go up. As Luxford, happy to see that one go down. The Tigers only shooting 25% from 3 so far, 2 of 8. The Blues shooting 40%, 2 of 5. You see the Blues settle in. Young through to Bozeman. Majok. It's got to be a better pass than that. It's with the Tigers on the run. See Young go right upstairs to try and deny the shot. Bynes went hard to the rack. I'm pretty confident Neil Young had his head over the rim on that one.
He can jump, can't he?
Whew, you see it on replay. Oh my goodness me. Young would have sent that out of the stadium. Bynes didn't really know what was coming at him. He lines up. Foul called. Lines up for 2.
A little bit long.
Misses the first. Bynes missing 2 of 2. That'll hurt. Jack Bynes. They're the ones you have to make against this Blue squad as they push it straight back down the Tigers' throats. Wow, they're happy to push in transition. The Blues. Bozeman in the corner again. They're looking for Majock on the block. That's a tough ask for any defender. Bynes pulled the chair out from under him though. Probably great D in the end. Surprised the Tigers didn't go for a quick double on that.
Yeah, well, he had a bit of time, didn't he? And he just lost control of it. But maybe they're going to have trouble doubling inside because there's plenty of shooters out in the floor, and they're just trying to extend that defence a little bit and give him a bit of time inside, but maybe had a bit too much time on that one.
So we'll see William Pearce join the game for the Blues. No, you're right. I think Majock didn't realise he had so much time and just turned before he hit the deck and threw it out of court. As we see the Tigers turning it over again. Barker on the break. The Phyllis Young nearly with the huge tip back. Hickey did well for the Tigers. Pushing back in transition. Wells with the quick three. And hits right in Pearce's face. Michael Wells without hesitation. Beautiful stroke.
They definitely needed it. It's got it back to single digits now. It's been a double for a little bit. It was they definitely needed that.
Swooping right hand of McDonald right over the top. This game is definitely going to be played above the rim, I can tell you what. And the crowd on hand, really packed to capacity, getting treated already to a fantastic game. Tigers getting it through hands. The Blues showing a zone. Blues lucky, couldn't secure the rebound. Tigers.
They're starting to get a few more looks inside now, Melbourne, because they're actually moving a little bit better off the ball and getting that back cut under the ring they've had a couple of times.
Yeah, the Tigers have recognised that defence well the last two trips down the floor, and like you said, got really open looks in the end, just haven't been able to convert. See Barker on the drive, find the step through. Beautiful move, couldn't clean up. Young though, with the head fake. Great action. The Tigers thought it was a gimme. Young just with the clean-up. And that's that extra effort from the Blues that's really set them apart this last 4 games or so.
Yeah. I don't think Lachlan realised it was such an easy finish in the end. He knocked that one up.
Barker was expecting 2 or 3 to come at him and said, hang on a minute. Got a wide open layup and just completely threw it over the rim.
Yeah. Next one.
That's it.
Next one. He'll be there again.
As we see a substitution for the Tigers. Taylor coming back in. Young missing the first, not happy with that. Young, a pretty good free throw shooter. Misses the second. Mosdim, I got him. I will not be saying anything again about free throw shooting by either team tonight. I think the Tigers lucky with those 2 free throws, with Young picking up another quick foul. That'll be his second. Might see him sit, I'd say, and it does on cue.
Looks a bit down at the moment.
Yeah, he
Not
does.
overly happy.
Big player for the Blues, but they're so deep. See the Tigers into action. 13 on the shot clock. Kinkella has checked in for the Tigers. Shot there, couldn't go. Trist with the board. Barker again, looking to set up his troops. High horn set. Trist. Look at Majock down low, has the deep position. Great help from Hickey though with the steal.
Pickpocket there. And
look at a push. Wells in the transition 3. Nearly got it. Hickey's just nearly jumped out of the stadium on that board. Great end-to-end action from both teams here. McDonald probing. Probably could have shot that. Mid-range 2 and throws it away. Wells streaking ahead. Has numbers, goes straight at Barker. Tough move. Michael Wells forces a timeout from Frankston with 40 seconds left on the clock. Frankston holding a 7-point advantage, but the Tigers are coming.
They are. Just they've lifted the intensity, Melbourne. And we spoke before, 4 minutes to go in this quarter. Frankston on 19 points. They've only made 5 in the last 4 minutes, so Melbourne have really D'd up a little bit better and forcing them into some turnovers.
No, you're absolutely right, and I think that intensity was really at the start of this game. It was Frankston that were really pushing at the Tigers, but the Tigers seem to have flipped it on them a little, and they've pushed back, and they're really chipping away at that lead. And I think it's something that the Blues need to be mindful of, because these Tigers can fill it up very quickly, especially in transition.
Well, they do, and 3 of 11 from outside at the moment. They'll start to land some, and all of a sudden Frankston could be in a bit of trouble, but. No, they're starting to move a little bit better, Melbourne. The ball's shifting a little bit quicker, and
And it really is that ball motion, I think, for the Tigers when they're not in transition, being able to get in that half-court set and really just get it through hands. And I think the Blues, in those last couple of exchanges in their half-court set, probably weren't as clean as they wanted to be.
But that's, Melbourne on defence creating some of that, uncertainty as well.
Just that pressure, yeah. Yep. And I think it's a great time out there from Coach Harms. Just have a chat, settle his troops down. They want to close the quarter strong, still up 7. Certainly don't want to give this Tigers any kind of life, especially on the road. Extended pressure here from the Tigers. Yes, inbound easily in the end for Token, full court pressure. Barkin to set them up. 17 on the shot clock. It's Trist looking at the backdoor cut. Gets turned over though. That's a great steal. Utala. Wells is going to settle his troops. Last possession of the quarter, I think. 15 on the clock. Another zone here from the Blues. 2-3 zone. Tigers shifting them around. 10 seconds. Wells dials up to another 3 and hits! Right in Hickey's face. 3 seconds on the clock. Looking for the half court. Hickey. No good. The Tigers. Michael Wells hitting a clutch 3, and all of a sudden with a 4-point game after the first quarter break in the books. Frankston Blues up 4. Melbourne Tigers 20. Blues 24.
11 to 5 the last 4 minutes. They really lifted the intensity, slowed the scoring down from Frankston, created some turnovers, some uncertainty, some pressure, and they're right back in it.
Yeah,
good finish.
No, look, definitely by the Tigers, and I think it's it's a great effort. Obviously, they're backing themselves, shooting the long ball, and Michael Wells without hesitation.
Yeah, they're not going to stop shooting.
Absolutely
definitely
right.
Not,
no,
definitely not.
I tend to agree. So I guess it's all about how the Frankston team responds and shut the shooters down, but then obviously protect the paint as well.
Yeah, they've got to lift the intensity on D and take care of the ball a little bit better at this end. And good game so far. Good game.
Absolutely, great action. So. You see a fantastic crowd on hand here at the Frankston Basketball Stadium. It's great to see such a wonderful turnout by the locals down here. Both teams being represented really well. Great to see some Tigers supporters in the stands. Also, always a wonderful night out, especially on a Saturday for the kids. So we see the floor wipers doing their thing.
They love that, don't they?
They do.
They do. Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. I had the pleasure of having Natalie Porter with me and in the ladies' game, and it's certainly, we were talking about how important it can be for these younger kids to see the elite players playing in such a great environment. And it's a credit to the NBL for investing, and Basketball Victoria for investing in this NBL1.
The NBL's been great, this NBL1 this season. So it's been the first season as well. I'm sure there's plenty of little things they're going to iron out for next season. And I know our crowds down here this year have been so much better than in previous years.
Yep.
And just the coverage and what we're doing at the moment, and the live streams and all that.
Yes.
All these kids get to see them every week.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
and they
on the up, that's for sure.
Yes, no, and you're absolutely right. And so, as you mentioned, coverage coming at you through the NBL YouTube channel, live from the Frankston Basketball Stadium. Brad White on the call with Adam Kerr. Second quarter action coming at you now. Tigers through Wells, hard to the rack. Great move, Michael Wells, setting the stadium on fire at the moment. Look out. Woo. Up to 12 points, 71% shooting, if you don't mind. Frankston only holding a 2-point advantage, and they've coughed it up. Tigers on the push. Pozoglu dresses it out. A great block by Bozeman, but he's been pinged on the foul. Fantastic to see. Transition game by both teams. Damon Bozeman, unfortunately, picking up the foul.
Just another sloppy pass by Frankston.
That's all it was.
The athleticism of Melbourne are getting a hand in the way. So.
You see Luxford at the line for 2. Hits. No, you're right. It really was just, I think, a bit too relaxed on the pass.
It was, right?
That's all it was. And I think that you can't afford that against this Tigers team. They're too sharp, too athletic, too quick. And as we've seen, as we see Luxford knock down the second, they'll run it straight back at you and put you on the back foot. So all tied up here. Bozeman looking to set it up. High screen from Trist. Bozeman looking to go to work. Dan Trist can hit. Lines up a three and strokes it. Don't let him get warm. Dan Trist will hit that all night. Points to the crowd and says, this is my house. Yes, sir. Interesting to see the Blues switching everything on these screens. See the Tigers getting it through hands. Hickey looking to take Majok off the dribble. Step back three. Majok did very well. Bozeman on the push. In transition, straight at Wells. Might have slipped on the way up. Hard fall. Hickey looked to meet him upstairs. Probably a bit lucky there, I think, the Blues. Yeah, maybe unlucky for the Tigers. I kind of
missed that one. Seeing the ball get for the ceiling.
Yeah, it came out of Bozeman's hands on the way up, and Hickey was already in the air and just...
Unlucky. Hickey. Jock back out and Nigel in.
I think Nigel Young, as you said, with those fouls. Two fouls on him early. He's got to be careful, but I think he was so integral to the start of that game. And you could tell how the pace changed as Bozeman hits the first when Majok came on. Again, not as quick or as mobile necessarily for the Blues. It changes just the way they have to approach, especially the transition game.
Yeah.
Bozeman.
Well, Nigel's got that, Young got that pace, and here we go. Look at that.
Talk about pace. Bozeman v. Wells. That's what we're here to see. Crowd loving it. Poziglu. So Luxford don't know what to do with it. The Tigers a little out of sorts here as we see a foul called on Trist. Interesting call as a push on Poziglu at the... As Trist and Poziglu have a quick chat to each other. I think Nick might have sold that one a little bit.
Maybe. They were going at it for a little bit there. Having a bit of fun.
Trist just letting him know that, hey, you're not getting the ball that easily, mate. Blues showing a 2-3 zone again.
They're switching it a bit, aren't they? They're going from the man to the zone.
They're trying to be disruptive. Wells, why not? Has hit. It hits another. Mike Wells putting on a 3-point show. That's 15 points for Wells. Woo-hoo-hoo. We talked about some poor outside shooting, except for Wells. 2 of 4 from downtown. We see Bozeman
here. I like it.
This is what we're expecting from both teams. Possibly hard to the rack. Putting pressure. That'll be Trist's second, I believe. Foul on Young. That's an even bigger foul. Nigel Young. That's his third. That'll see him check out immediately.
He'll sit for the rest of the half now, I think.
I believe it. Yeah, I think he'll have to.
Yeah, still 8 minutes to go. A little bit disappointing. But if they don't get back quick enough, someone's got to get back, and he's going to find himself in that uncomfortable position where he's got a foul.
Correct.
To meet at the rim.
Well, it's either that or a poster from Nick Poziglu. Which nobody from in a Blues jersey. Yeah.
No, they'll avoid that. You prefer to sit the rest of the half and cop that.
I think the NBL1 fans, that's exactly what they want to see, though.
Yeah, we want to see it. He doesn't.
As we just see the floor getting wiped up. Great job there from the floor wipers. Poziglu at the line. Misses the first. The Tigers only shooting 40% from the free throw line. Conversely, Blues doing well at 67%. Nick Poziglu looking to make a difference on that. Hits. Only his third point for the night. Quiet by his standards, I would have thought, but no doubt that'll change. Plenty of basketball to come. With 7 minutes 50 remaining in the second quarter. Blues holding a 4-point advantage. Quick move. Hadzimirovic on the turnaround. Step back. Silky touch. Again, that expected pressure from Barker. Nice little slow down and step through. Luxford. Easy two in the end.
It was easy, and all of a sudden we're back up the other end.
And there's an and one. Hadzimirovic wasn't happy with what he saw at the other end. Coast to coast action.
It was almost the identical thing for the other.
Off the inbounds, the Tigers players just haven't got him back, and Hadzimirovic said, "Thank you very much." Shows a silky left-handed finish, if you don't mind. That got the crowd off their feet.
It did. It's up and back at the moment, isn't it? It's
Fast-paced action.
Yeah.
Amazing spectacle at the moment. Both teams just trading blows. Hadzimirovic stripes the free throw for the N1. Puts his Blues up 7. High screen. Pozoglu for 3. Not on that occasion. Barker to Bozeman on the push. Has Majok. Throws it away, unfortunately. Right idea.
Yeah, but I don't think Majok was on
Wells
the
with
same
explosive speed. Bozeman. Pozoglu on the cleanup. I believe they call them garbage points. Just found him on the side of the road. Hadzimirovic controls. Nice Euro. Another foul being called. Nick Pozoglu, that puts up his first. Pozoglu or Pozoglu?
Pozoglu, I think. But I could be wrong.
Thanks for not correcting me all the way through here, Adam. I appreciate it, mate.
So I didn't correct you because I didn't know it either. I don't want to look stupid.
No offence to the Pozoglu family. We are mispronouncing names here tonight.
I'm very simple, that's all it is.
I'm going to go with that. Hadzimirovic stripes 2.
He's shooting the ball well at the moment,
Very
isn't he?
well.
Hadzimirovic?
He certainly is, up to 16 points, 83% shooting, if you don't mind. Leading all scorers for the Blues. Wells with 15 for the Tigers. Great extended pressure here. You see Melbourne, who's checked in, take his first shot. Bozeman goes high up. Pushes in transition. Barker, without hesitation, nearly nails it. Majok fights for the boards. Gets out-jumped by Bozeman, who then just strolls in and takes 2.
Yeah.
Pozoglu couldn't do anything
He
there.
almost faked himself. He didn't know what to do there. But
that's his second one he's got near the rim.
Whatever works.
Luxford probing against Majok. It's a beautiful floater over the top. Majok. A couple of interesting sequences up and back by both teams where the offensive players just got the easiest of.
Oh, a hook foul. Trist.
Dan Trist.
It's trying to contain that sort of first or second pass once the ball's inbounded. If they don't do it, it's just transition basketball at the moment. But
yes, as we see another substitution here for the Blues. Majok checking out. And
Tommy Garrett in.
Tommy Garrett for his first minutes. This could get interesting real quick, Adam. See the Tigers. A double high set. Great off-ball action from the Tigers team. They look for that mid-range jump shot. Wells, it's been on fire from downtown and hits another one. Michael Wells, absolutely on fire from 3. Putting on a show at the moment. He's up to 18 and having a conversation with Damon Bozeman on the way down. Bozeman straight back with 2 more of his own. Bozeman up to 15. Back and forth action. We are being treated here at the Frankston Stadium with a wonderful game. I hope you're enjoying it home or wherever you're watching around the country on the NBL YouTube channel. Wells a little too close. Threw it over the rim and out of bounds.
Hopped up a bit properly there, Wells, but
he did.
Shaking it off. It's becoming a one-on-one game here at the moment, isn't it?
Bozeman v. Wells. Everyone would be happy to see it, I think.
No, why not?
It's the Blues. 6-point advantage at the moment, up 43-37. 14 fouls for the Blues, only 3 for the Tigers.
This happened in the first quarter. The first 5 minutes, pretty high scoring, then it slowed down. We'll see what happens now. It's a little lull in play, it may do.
Both teams really looking to try and just break through and just really push down into that double-digit lead. You know, the Blues had it for a couple of minutes, but Tigers did well to come back as Blues getting through hands. Barker, so explosive. Straight over the top, couldn't convert.
He's missed a couple
of them.
Another
one left at the rim. Pozoglu on the push. Can convert. Great hands there. Garrett. Pozoglu going straight back after it, straight at Majok. Beautiful move. Nick Pozoglu says thank you very much.
Back to 4 points.
4-point game it is. High pick and roll. Nice head fake. Hadzimirovic strokes. It's a beautiful left-handed stroke.
I think they're, it looks at Frankston, they're trying to fake everything at the moment, and Melbourne are falling for them. They've got them a couple of times.
No, you're absolutely right.
Keep
I think
your feet.
Great down the pick and roll there. Luxford looking to do some damage. Foul is called for Zoglu. Great hand, the foul on number 10. Tommy Garrett. See, it's a great roll there for Zoglu. Again, in the right space at the right time. Substitution again. Will Hickey checking in.
And McDonald back in. Barker a break.
Barker's been playing well for the Blues, but certainly so deep, the Frankston Blues. Zoglu hitting his first. Trims back to 5 points. There's a hush over this Frankston crowd. Zoglu misses the second. It's been the story a little bit for the
They've left a few at the free throw line. They're not having that.
They have, yeah. Bozeman probing. It's Mirovic to an open. Tommy Garrett too strong on that one. Jock battling, but Will Hickey. Jeez, athletic Hickey. Great young talent. Of course, the Tigers without Pino tonight. Hickey, open look, wide open for three. Over the backboard, Majock's got to secure that. Nearly got it stolen. Hickey again, chasing. Coach Pino.
He's not happy, is he?
Not happy. He said, hang on a minute, how did you see it? I was in your way. And clearly that came off the Frankston team officials. Not having it this time.
Having a giggle about it. He is. Look at him. He knows it was off him.
Hey, as a coach, you got to try, right?
You do.
You got to give it a go.
The players do. They point the other way every time. They know it comes off them.
It's part of training every week.
Yeah, we practice that.
Bozeman from way downtown as the Tigers showing a zone set, 2-3 zone. Garrett, great rebound there. Hadzimirovic going to work, left-handed stroke. Garrett again, nearly.
That's another one for Tommy, too.
Tommy Garrett, only in the game, just under 3 minutes, picked up 2 quick fouls. But the energy and effort is there.
It is. It is.
So I think the coaching staff have to be happy with his energy there. And unfortunately, that puts him on 15 foul. Pozoglu at the line. Again, Tigers only shooting 44% from the line. That's pretty horrendous for a team of their calibre.
I know. It's their three-point shooting probably better at the moment. Oh, not quite. Nearly.
3-point shooting, 35%. As Pozoglu on cue misses his first.
So considering the shooting so bad at the moment, you know, they're not going to be this bad at the free throw line all night, I wouldn't imagine.
Not at all.
They're still in the game. Oh, another. Oh.
That was short. That was well short as well, Nick. Pozoglu sort of looking at his hands there and wondering what that was about. Tommy Garrett, quick trigger. Really threw it out of the stadium. Might be trying to find his range. Pozoglu goes down hard.
Oh, not happy.
Not happy at all.
His teammate right in the guts. Cop that. Cop that.
Great transition D though from Bozeman.
Oh, he did.
And
He
not to foul as well, as we see Pozoglu going hard on the replay. Bozeman was just getting out of the way, and
poor Wells.
as you see, again the floor wipe is doing a spectacular job. Young Frankston Blues players potentially could be using their hands there instead of their feet, but that's okay as they exit the court. Making sure it's safe for those senior players.
At that age, you should be able to bend over. At my
exactly
age,
right.
you just use your feet.
Slightly different for us older players. Again, the Tigers showing a 2-3 zone. Without hesitation again. Hadzimirovic, don't leave him open. Trist, who's checked back in. Great rebound. It's off hands. Interesting lineup here for the Blues. Trist and Majock.
They've done it a couple
at the same
times.
time.
Yeah, they've done it a couple times, but it's only going for a minute or so. But they've got to kind of do it at the moment with the young in foul trouble.
McDonald on the step. Athletic move, but under pressure. Pozoglu trying to thread the needle. Probably an ill-advised pass McDonald on the push. Pace to slow down a bit. McDonald, great hands to Majock. He gets absolutely hacked. That's exceptional decision making by McDonald there. He hesitated a little as he crossed halfway, crossed it back, knew exactly what was going to happen. Defender came to him, and Majock with the easy lane. There's a timeout here, Frankston Basketball Stadium, by the Melbourne Tigers, who are down 5 to the Frankston Blues in what is going to be a pretty significant game for the NBL1 ladder scenario. Frankston holding on to 4th and Melbourne on 6th at the moment, and of course Melbourne and Kilsyth same percentage. So I guess really, if Melbourne can steal a win here, that'll do a big shift depending on how Kilsyth's going to play.
Sandy tomorrow,
that's
and
right.
Then Kilsyth next week. I think it is. So it's
Look,
a couple of tough games to finish the season.
But that's what we come to expect out of these teams. They're all elite talents, certainly young, deep squads, and I guess this is where the cream is rising to the top. That Ballarat team, just incredible at the moment.
They are.
Just phenomenal.
Bit something else. They are something else. But
they really are.
Yeah. That's what makes this NBL1 so good at the moment. There's so many good players playing here.
You're absolutely right. And as we see Coach Pino talking to his troops, running through what will be the last 2 minutes of this first half. Hope you're enjoying the call. Brad White here, Adam Kerr, live from Frankston Basketball Stadium. We'll see Majock lining up for 2. Only the 4 rebounds for Majock at the moment. No points. He's looking to obviously change that now and extend that Blues lead. Interesting shooting action, Majock.
Good stop-start, wasn't it?
A little bit.
Get it up there, pause, think about it.
That's part of what they work on, though. Such an important thing for the centres and forwards nowadays to be able to shoot that. It's a nice touch on the second. Hits. Makes it a 6-point game. Extended pressure here at halfway. Bynes, I beg your pardon, Luxford looking to control for the Tigers. Now it's Bynes, and nearly a steal. Hadzamerovic, quick hands in the passing lane, nearly affects the steal. Interesting that Wells didn't bring the ball down on that sequence.
Trying to get him out, probably Bozeman away from the ball maybe.
Wells already up to 18 points. He's going to do some damage. He's been quiet. Great turn by Bynes.
I think he was more worried about the contact of Majock then and put his arm off, lost control of it. Just focused on the rim.
Coughed it up.
Yeah.
Had the turn, had the space. He really should have gone hard to the rack. Yep, it was off him in the end. Great call by the officials. Great no-look pass there. Hadzamerovic. Triss looking to go to work. Zone again from the Tigers. Majock camped in the key. Didn't see him. Hadzamerovic. Again, Majock. Deep position. Never going to stop him down there. Extends the lead to 8. He's in there a long time. May have quickly exited the key and
then back
re-offered, recut.
Wasn't gone for long.
Here's Luxford. Bynes. Great defense off the ball. Wells. Hard to the rack, and a foul is called. Foul on Bozeman.
That was unlucky, that one.
Sure what the official saw on that. Maybe there was some contact from the side or behind. It looked like good straight up deeds. We look at the replay. Bozeman did a great work coming in.
Maybe got him on the side a little bit, but
not sure. But either way, here's Wells at the line. Michael Wells, 19th point. Hits the first free throw. Only shooting 50%. Michael Wells at the free throw line. Hits the second though on that occasion. Michael Wells doing well as Bozeman again. Majock!
Big tip
straight over the top.
Big tip in.
Bynes didn't know. The big man was lurking. Went straight over the top. 8-point lead to the Blues. The Tigers moving to score here. Wells on the push. Straight at Majock. A beautiful touch.
Look at that.
Silky touch. Michael Wells. 30 seconds left in the first half. Woo, Michael Wells showing us the full repertoire. As we see McDonald getting a piece of his own. Wonderful action here by both teams with only 20 seconds left in the first half. 8-point advantage for the Blues. Tigers look to hold. Luxford surveys the floor. Great denial. Of course, it's gone to Wells. Step back two. Bozeman in his face and hits. Michael Wells. And Fuego, and there's a steal by the Tigers. Luxford couldn't convert, but Michael Wells, as there's some words exchanged by Bozeman and Luxford, having a chat with each other as both teams quickly looking to come together at the end of the court as we close out half-time.
Yes,
a little bit of action.
Bit heated there, I think.
Passionate, both teams.
Referees left the court.
The referees haven't really picked it up. I think it was that last exchange by Bozeman as Luxford came away with the steal. But as we enter half-time, an amazing game of basketball so far. The Frankston Blues holding an advantage by 6 points, 52-46. The Tigers coming back in that second quarter. I'll tell you what, Adam, we are geared up for a massive second half.
It is. It's almost the same as the first quarter. There was all sort of gung-ho in the first half of each quarter. A lot of scoring. Second half of each quarter, the last 4 or 5 minutes, it just kind of slowed down and became a bit more strategic and half-court game. So we'll see what happens in the second half.
But I'll tell you what, both teams are very, very capable of putting up some quick numbers and some pretty big highlights, I'll tell you what, and hopefully we get to see a bit more of that action. And as we said, it was a little bit heated at the end of that half. We can see what it means to both teams, and it's great to see this deep into the season, both teams playing for that final spot.
That's it. That's the thing. There's a lot on the line, and they're not giving up an inch. They're all competitors. So.
Absolutely right. So as we look to take a break, at half-time, we see the young Frankston rep players on the court. We'll take a break here at the Frankston Stadium. So with the Frankston Blues holding a 6-point advantage, 52-46. We'll take a break and look forward to the second half action coming at you very soon. Third. Sala doing some handy work on the boards already. Explosive move by Wells with the and one. On and a third. Sala doing some handy work on the boards already. Explosive move by Wells with the and one. Wells has definitely got that covered though. It's going to be a great back cut by Bozeman. Shifts hands in mid-air. That's what we've come to see from Damon Bozeman. Wells has definitely got that covered though. It's going to be a great back cut by Bozeman. Shifts hands in mid-air. That's what we've come to see from Damon Bozeman already. 5 threes. We're not even halfway through this first quarter. Could be a tactic going forward if we see a lot of. You get a three. Goes with the left hand. Luxford block on the push. It's a great handoff to Bozeman. Late call by the Barker from range. No good on that occasion. Tigers going to push back. Wells on the drive. It's a great no-look pass. And there's Pozoglu's first. Barker from range. No good on that occasion. Tigers going to push back. Wells on the drive. It's a great no-look pass. And there's Pozoglu's first. Trist with the big board. Open shooter in the corner. And splashes. Great unselfish basketball there. Trist with the big board. Open shooter in the corner. And splashes. Great unselfish basketball there. Dial it in. Wajok. A huge rebound. That is an enormous man when you see him in flesh. He's Hickey on the streak. He's a great board there by Young. Neil Young to the most open. Hadzaberovic. Probably the most open shot he's got. Great board there by Young. Neil Young to the most open. Hadzaberovic. Probably the most open shot he's got. It was.
Pierced the paint.
Now they're looking at that early pass option too, which is great from the Blues. As you see another three go up. As Luxford. It was.
Pierced the paint.
Now they're looking at that early pass option too, which is great from the Blues. As you see another three go up. As Luxford. Majok. It's got to be a better pass than that. It's with the Tigers on the run. See Young go right upstairs to try and deny the shot. Majok, it's got to be a better pass than that. It's with the Tigers on the run. See Young go right upstairs to try and deny the shot. Just turned before he hit the deck and threw it out of quarters. We see the Tigers turning it over again. Barker on the break. With Phyllis Young nearly with the huge tip bat. Phyllis Young nearly with the huge tip bat. Hickey did well for the Tigers. Pushing back in transition. Wells with the quick three. And hits. Right in Pearce's. See Barker on the drive. On the step through. Beautiful move. Couldn't clean up. Young though with the head fake. Great action. See Barker on the drive. On the step through. Beautiful move. Couldn't clean up. Young though with the head fake. Great action. Probably could have shot that mid-range too and throws it away. Wells streaking ahead. Has numbers, goes straight at Barker. Tough move. Michael Wells in on the clock. Another zone here from the Blues. 2-3 zone. Tigers shifting them around. 10 seconds. Wells dials up to another three and hits. Right in Hickey's face. On the clock. Another zone here from the Blues. 2-3 zone. Tigers shifting them around. 10 seconds. Wells dials up to another three and hits. Right in Hickey's face. Frankston only holding a 2-point advantage and they've coughed it up. Tigers on the push. Pozoglu dresses it out. A great block by Bozeman, but he's been pinged on the foul. High screen from Trist. Bozeman can go to work. Dan Trist can hit. Lines up a three and strokes it. Don't let him get warm. Dan Trist. High screen from Trist. Bozeman can go to work. Dan Trist can hit. Lines up a three and strokes it. Don't let him get warm. Dan Trist off the dribble. Step back three. Majok did very well. Bozeman on the push. In transition. Straight at Wells. What a slipped on the way up. Hard fall. Ready in the air and just
unlucky. Higgy. Majok back out and Nigel in. They're switching it a bit, aren't they? They're going from the man to the zone.
They're trying to be disruptive. Wells, why not? Has hit. It hits another. Mike Wells. Putting on a 3-point shot.
They're switching it a bit, aren't they? They're going from the man to the zone.
They're trying to be disruptive. Wells, why not? Has hit. It hits another. Mike Wells. Putting on a 3-point shot. We talked about some poor outside shooting, except for Wells. 2 or 4 from downtown. We talked about some poor outside shooting, except for Wells. 2 or 4 from downtown. So we see Bozeman
here. I like it.
This is what we're expecting from both teams. Possibly hard to the rack. Little slow down and step through. Luxford. Easy 2 in the end.
It was easy, and all of a sudden we're back up the other end.
And there's an and one. Heads a Merriment. Slow down and step through. Luxford. Easy 2 in the end.
It was easy, and all of a sudden we're back up the other end.
And there's an and one. Heads a Merriment. Just found him on the side of the road. Hadzamerovic controls. Nice Euro. Another foul being called. Just found him on the side of the road. Hadzamerovic controls. Nice Euro. Another foul being called. Double high set. Great off-ball action from the Tigers team. Look for that mid-range jump shot. Wells. It's been on fire from downtown. And hits another one. Michael Wells. Absolutely. Double high set. Great off-ball action from the Tigers team. Look for that mid-range jump shot. Wells. It's been on fire from downtown. And hits another one. Michael Wells. Absolutely.
A couple of times.
No, you're absolutely right. I think great down the pick and roll there. Luxford looking to do some damage. Foul is called. Looking at his hands there and wondering what that was about. Tommy Garrett, quick trigger. Really threw it out of the stadium. Might be trying to find his range. Pozoglu goes down hard. Looking at his hands there and wondering what that was about. Tommy Garrett, quick trigger. Really threw it out of the stadium. Might be trying to find his range. Pozoglu goes down hard. Probably an ill-advised pass. McDonald on the push. Pace to slow down a bit. McDonald, great hands to Majok. He gets absolutely hacked. Here's Luxford. Binds Great defense off the ball. Wells hard to the rack and a foul is called. Here's Luxford. Binds. Great defense off the ball. Wells hard to the rack and a foul is called. The second though on that occasion. Michael Wells doing well as Bozeman again. Majock!
Big tip in.
Straight over the top.
Big tip in.
The second though on that occasion. Michael Wells doing well as Bozeman again. Majock!
Big tip in.
Straight over the top.
Big tip in.
8-point lead to the Blues. The Tigers nothing to score here. Wells on the push. Straight at Majock.
Oh,
a beautiful
inside,
touch.
look at that.
Silky touch. 8-point lead to the Blues. The Tigers nothing to score here. Wells on the push. Straight at Majock.
Oh,
a beautiful
inside,
touch.
look at that.
Silky touch. 30 seconds left in the first half. Woo, Michael Wells showing us the full repertoire. As we see McDonald getting a piece of his own. 30 seconds left in the first half. Woo, Michael Wells showing us the full repertoire. As we see McDonald getting a piece of his own. Tigers look to hold. Luxford surveys the floor. Great denial. Of course, it's gone to Wells. Step back two. Bozeman in his face. It hits. Michael Wells. Tigers look to hold. Luxford surveys the floor. Great denial. Of course, it's gone to Wells. Step back two. Bozeman in his face. It hits. Michael Wells. Of course, it's gone to Wells. Step back two. Bozeman in his face. It hits. Michael Wells. And Fuego. And there's a steal by the Tigers. Luxford couldn't convert. Looking to come together at the end of the court as we close out half time.
Yes,
a little bit of action.
Bit heated there, I think.
Passionate, both teams.
Referees left the court.
The referees haven't really picked it up. I think it was that last exchange by Bozeman as Luxford came away with the steal. But as we enter half time, an amazing third. Patala doing some handy work on the boards already. Explosive move by Wells with the and one. One and a third. Patala doing some handy work on the boards already. Explosive move by Wells with the and one. Wells has definitely got that covered though. It's going to be a great back cut by Bozeman. Shifts hands in mid-air. That's what we've come to see from Damon Bozeman. Wells has definitely got that covered though. It's going to be a great back cut by Bozeman. Shifts hands in mid-air. That's what we've come to see from Damon Bozeman. Already 5 threes. We're not even halfway through this first quarter. Could be a tactic going. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Brad White here, coming at you from the Frankston Basketball Stadium for what is set to be an amazing second half of this incredible game. The Blues holding a 6-point advantage over the Melbourne Tigers. It's been very entertaining so far, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome two superstars of the Frankston Blues ladies team, Tori Jackson and Abby Chernishoff. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
It's an absolute pleasure. I think I'm being spoiled here. Two of the best to do it, and I tell you what, you had a good win.
Yeah, we did. It was a really good win, really tough. We had a couple of patches of, dodgy play, but we pulled together with an undermanned team, and we came away with a really good win.
And I'll tell you what, that's exactly what we saw, and I think the crowd was really appreciative of that, because it was all about just, I think, hustle and heart from you girls.
Yeah.
You ran 10 deep, and it was really, it was fantastic to see. And 6 points in the end against a strong Tigers team.
I mean, considering out of the 10 players we suited up tonight, 8 are youth league age, so it was a pretty impressive effort by us, and we just, never gave up.
Well, I think the stars are on the rise, because now you're taking over commentary, and it's just all happening for the Blues. We're underway here as the Blues secure with a
beautiful layup by Nigel.
Great entry pass, and that's a great first set for the Blues as they are on the board. The Tigers, I tell you what, Michael Wells for the Tigers has just been on fire. So we see Pozzoglu, great tip in, super athleticism. Nick Pozzoglu. Now I've got to get your input, girls. Is it Pozzoglu or Pozzoglu?
I'd say Pozzoglu.
Again, I'm going to get that corrected before the end of the season, so my apologies to the family if I'm saying it incorrectly. The Tigers showing zone again.
Oh, that's a beautiful
great
pass.
flair.
Iggy. Beautiful pass by Dan Trist to Iggy Hadzimerovic.
Hadzimerovic.
That's a hard one to say.
Yeah, I don't even try with that.
Pozzoglu releases.
Beautiful pass. Oh,
great kick out. Potentially could have been a foul. Great non-call. Here's Hickey on the step through.
That's a tough move.
With the and
great
one.
Finish.
Wowee. And that'll be Trist. That'll be his third very quickly. After only 1 minute and 7 seconds.
That's not ideal for Frankston.
Wonder if they'll keep him in. Trist.
Well, they do have Majuk on the bench that can come in and swap in for him if need be, so they're lucky to have that size.
Absolutely right. Yeah, look, we were watching, especially in that first half, I guess the changes in Frankston when they make some substitutions, but they don't lose a lot. I think the flexibility and the depth. Yeah. And it's a credit to the Frankston organisation, I think, that they've been able to piece together two exceptionally good teams, both ladies and men's. As Trist goes to work. He will do that all day.
Move.
Daniel Trist up to 5 points now. The Blues holding an 8-point advantage. The Tigers looking to go to work early. Through Pozzoglu. Throws the head fake.
Oh, nice pass.
Young, it's a great closeout on Hickey.
Oh, foul there.
Call by the official on Bozeman. That'll be his third as well. 2 quick fouls for the Blues.
Yeah, if they want to keep their lead, they definitely need to keep their hands out.
Yeah, I think
start playing some smart D.
No, I absolutely agree, and I think that'll be. There's one more foul called here. I think it'll have to be a timeout to discuss exactly that. As the Blues go to a zone.
Wide
Hickey,
open shot. Doesn't drop.
Young, geez, he's got some hops.
He does.
Wow, he
Yeah,
rips down that rebound.
I was talking to Nigel the other day, actually. Apparently, his vertical leap, he said 42 inches, which I converted to be about 100 centimetres.
Yeah.
So he's very athletic.
Jump out of the building.
Travel call.
Travel is called. Dan Trist not happy with the call.
Yeah, I think he was wanting the foul on that one.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right. And it was great defence, though, by the Tigers, really, to double team early. And
yeah, not letting him get anything in that.
Oh, nice
beautiful
cut.
pass. Oh, lovely tip
amazing tip
How did
in.
that happen?
Pozzoglu, I don't even think he knows. He's looking at his left hand thinking, all right.
Oh, extra.
Trist
throws
it away. The Tigers are on the push. He's going to spread the floor.
Oh, nice pass.
Open Wells. He's been hitting him all night. Surprised that didn't go down. Bozeman.
Bozeman.
Bit of miscommunication. Barker was there, but
couple of silly turnovers by the Blues there. They need to have some poise and settle down.
No, you're spot on. I think the Tigers have got a bit of the momentum here, and it's important that the Blues just settle back in and do what they were doing to get them the lead in the first place. So show zone again.
Oh, open
Mervyn,
again.
mid-range 2 and strokes it.
Beautiful by Mervyn. That was a really nice shot.
Only a 4-point game now. 58-54.
Close the gap quickly.
Very quick.
Oh, nice pass.
That's a Mervyn. No, look,
Finish.
Young.
Nice finish, Nigel.
Silky touch. Nigel Young. That's what the home crowd has come to see. A great crowd on hand here at Frankston Basketball Stadium as well, and looking forward to no doubt the second run. Bozeman hits the deck,
Putting his
chasing
body
it
on the
down.
line there.
Hickey,
nice
Bozeman again
Bozeman.
affecting the steal. Now that's the leadership you want to see out of someone like Damon Bozeman. Nearly got the steal twice as Trist looks to sit down, and Majok. I said to Adam earlier in the call, he's an enormous man, Majok.
He is
Takes up a lot of the paint.
Man.
Very big man.
Oh, that's deep.
My goodness me, we've
Oh,
seen
wow.
Luxford
Really
shooting it from the
beautiful.
top of Australia. He was basically out of bounds. He shot that from point. Oh my goodness me. And it goes down.
Oh, that's some good ball movement by Frankston. That's what they've been lacking the
good
last few
skipper.
plays.
Barker on the drive.
Oh, nice.
Young upstairs! Nigel Young brings the house down. The crowd on their feet. That's what we've come to see. So we see Luxford dialing in another one, and all of a
There's an
sudden,
answer.
the intensity has lifted.
2-point game now.
Only a 2-point game. My sound engineer's looking at me. Settle down, Brad. You're going to blow it up.
Oh, beautiful steal by Majuk. Didn't get it into him.
Barker from range.
Oh.
Couldn't dial it in. But I tell you what, both teams really ramping it up a little now. Nigel Young, can you believe it? Going right upstairs off one
Using
step.
that is 100 centimetre vertical.
So you see on the replay, put that down, young man. Right in the Tigers' faces. Woo! As we sit in the commentary booth, I'm lucky enough to be with Tori Jackson and Abby Chernishoff. Thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Being treated to a wonderful
Oh,
game.
that was a
Michael
nice
Wells,
shot.
Again.
Well done, Wells.
How many's he got?
26 now,
Oh, wow.
60% shooting.
Someone needs to get a hand to that.
Yeah.
If
Yeah, I think
they
you
don't
gotta
do that quickly, it's not going to be a
Not a good
a
night.
very
for
good game. Nice
Oh,
up
up
fake
in
by
the air.
Alistair McDonald.
Oh, nice,
Beautiful finish.
Alistair.
And all of a sudden,
Got an answer.
I think the Frankston Blues boys, they were listening to their expert coaches in the commentary box. Luxford,
and another,
really
another.
good.
One.
Can you believe it? Luxford on fire. All of a sudden, the Tigers shooting the lights out from downtown. And all of a sudden, this game has gone up a notch.
Look at Majuk stealing inside.
Another open look. Hadzamovic, no
Doesn't quite
good.
drop.
Wells on the
Will he do
steal.
it again?
Oh,
Beautiful finish.
Great to the rack. Michael Wells.
That's
And all of a sudden, the Tigers are up two.
That's a strong move from a small man.
Yeah, he's got lots of tricks up his sleeve.
So quick, so athletic, and has been shooting from downtown so well tonight.
Oh,
They go upstairs,
almost.
Nigel Young in the end one.
one.
That's
Great
it.
look from McDonald, I believe that was.
Yep, great pass from McDonald. Great teamwork there. Very selfless.
Great patience, great identification from the guards, and that's what the bigs like to see.
Yeah.
Nigel Young showing off that athleticism. I'm pretty confident that was 120 centimetres, I'll be honest. As he looks to convert at the line, the and one. The Blues shooting pretty well from the line, 73% tonight. It's a nice silky left-handed
Well
touch.
done, Nigel.
It's a substitution here.
The Tigers bench has gone a little bit quiet after that one. Hopefully they've got a comeback here.
The Blues now up one. And this is exactly what we were expecting out of these two quality sides. Of course, the Blues.
Oh, just
Wells.
doesn't finish. Tigers ball.
Interesting call there from the officials.
Yep.
Tigers ball, but Wells went hard to the rack.
Definitely. Didn't quite pay off, but they got the ball back.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Pozoglu.
Got to get hands to
Good
those
probe.
shooters.
Great defense here from the Blues. Harassing McDonald.
Yeah, McDonald.
Luxford.
He's a good little defender.
Luxford
Oh, doesn't drop.
Good rebound by
basically
Will.
shot that from Antarctica if you're looking at the map on the screen.
Oh,
Young with the
Nigel.
step through.
Oh, beautiful
Beautiful
by
finish.
Nigel Young.
Nigel Young points to the crowd and said, that's
Look at
how I
that.
do it.
That's how he gets the crowd going.
Gets the crowd all fired
That's
up.
what the juniors love.
Woo, bit around the back step through. Gotta love that.
Oh.
We've been absolutely treated here.
Oh.
The Frankston Basketball Stadium.
Foul called on Will Pearce.
Will Pearce just couldn't slide the feet quick enough.
Yep, got to stay on those toes to stay in front of him.
Frankston showing zone again. We've done well so far. Holding a 3-point advantage with only 3 minutes 30 to go.
Oh, way to get through that screen from up by Lockie Barker.
Pierce again.
Oh.
Great D. Excellent
Good
move.
D. Oh,
Pozoglu, tough.
Beautiful
Off
move.
the glass.
I was definitely tough with some great D there.
And Pozoglu, who had been quiet up till this point, has come out firing up to 12 points now.
Maybe he'll be the difference maker in this game.
Maybe. It's we see Barker getting his shot dispatched. Will Hickey.
That's going to hurt.
Nah. Two exceptional young players going at it. Talk about hops, Barker and as well as Hickey. Hickey can get up.
So there's some great athleticism on this court tonight. Oh. Interesting call by the ref there.
Risky pass.
Foul called for holding on the jersey by Michael Wells. Michael Wells, no complaints. No, he did it. So he had a bounce here. But it's a quick substitution for the Blues.
We've got Iggy Hachimerovic in for Lockie Barker.
With 14 on the shot clock. Tigers packing in the paint. See what the Blues can come up with here.
Oh, Alice
quick
said,
look.
Oh, doesn't quite drop.
Majok with a great cleanup. It's been quiet points-wise. Great.
Will Pierce attempts.
Strong drive by Pierce. And stopped at the rim, though.
Got us to pick up that ball earlier.
Luxford. Pozoglu looking at the
wide
three,
open
decides
shot.
to dial it in. Unlucky there. Young on the push.
Oh, Majok's got a beautiful seal there.
Exceptional.
good
No-look
pass.
pass.
Pierce.
Great
Beautiful
touch by
pass
Pierce.
Nigel.
We watched Nigel all the
Good
way down the
vision by
floor.
Nigel.
Beautiful finish. That
Surveyed
was
the floor.
great
Looked
vision up
it
the court
through.
by him.
Great
Way
touch
to
with
get
the
over the
no-look.
screens, Iggy.
Beautiful up fake. Ball left
Pozoglu.
wide open.
shot. Oh, doesn't drop.
Blues lucky to get away with that one.
Nigel.
Young again on the push. What can he do here?
Oh, no.
Goes for the Euro.
Lucky.
Stripped at the end. The foul is called by Hickey. That's his third. Thought he got all ball on that one. That'll force him to go to the bench. It looks like Vitala coming back on for the Tigers. I'll tell you what, Nigel Young's got a bit of a pep in his step now.
Yeah, he's fired up.
Absolutely.
Gotten the crowd on their feet, gotten them involved.
Yeah, it's great that there's such a big crowd here tonight.
Do you girls hear it when you're playing?
Do
you hear the crowd?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Makes a big
Yep.
difference,
Yeah,
right?
it does.
Yeah, especially today there was a domestic tournament on.
Yes.
So lots of the kids and families have stayed behind to watch the games, which is great.
And the Blues juniors all get down, especially because it's school holidays. I think it's a really big crowd.
Oh, beautiful pass.
Nice.
It's great vision.
Oh,
Strong
move,
move. By-
yeah.
Well done,
Big
Nigel
man
Young.
Right up.
Nigel Young pumps his chest. He's reminding the Tigers boys, this is my house. This is how I do. Pushes it out to a 5-point game. Tigers playing well though.
Oh, got to get
Wide
hands to
open
those
again.
shooters.
Open look.
Yeah,
Vitala.
Frankston are lucky at the moment that Melbourne's shots aren't quite dropping.
Young looking to make the drive.
Oh.
A foul is called on Wells. Thought he might have got to the spot first.
Yeah, I thought he might have as well, actually.
Picked for the blocking foul though. That's the fourth team foul.
That's an unlucky one.
Wells, it's an interesting foul call. That's his fourth. Third, my apologies. Third. So we wait for the floor wipers who've... No, they're going to
Oh, no, we're coming.
No, there they are. I thought they might have been out of the back court shooting around.
I think these are our little timid under 12s.
Great to see the young rep players though
Yeah.
out supporting the big boys and girls as well. It's always a bit of fun, but of course when the bright lights, everyone's looking at you, but it's all part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of my favourite things is when they come off the court after wiping, they get a big cheer from the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
And a high five from Nigel Young.
Nice one.
And I've got to say, Nigel Young, 15 points, 9 rebounds at 100% field goal percentage.
Wow.
Come alive, Nigel Young. He's with Majok going to work.
Oh,
Quick
beautiful
double.
pass.
Kicks out to
Nice.
McDonald.
Shot
Strikes
by
a
McDonald.
three.
Beautiful shot.
And that's what Majok can do. He's an instant double team. He's a beast on the block. Kicked out a quick pass to McDonald. Dialed in the three.
Alison McDonald's a great shooter. Also, very nifty with the steals.
Yeah.
And as we see Frankston on the push again, Young
Beautiful
with the scoop.
pass.
Hadzamirowicz fouled at the
finish.
top.
Just doesn't finish.
As we see Pierce nearly go down trying to pick him up.
That's good teamwork, though.
But I'll tell you what, great sportsmanship by the Tigers as well.
Yep.
Knew it was a foul.
Great sportsmanship by both teams tonight. Oh, we got another floor wiper on the court.
Floor wiper's getting a workout tonight. As we've come to see in that last foul, of course, on Bynes. We met Hadzamirowicz up top.
Hopefully he can make them count.
Hadzamirowicz had a great opening half. A few clutch threes, can shoot.
Yeah, there's been a few games this season where he's had some clutch threes.
Yeah.
One game in particular, he had 2 to get into overtime.
That's
twice.
right.
Double
Absolutely.
overtime twice by his
Kilsyth?
shots.
Not Kilsyth.
Ooh, I can't remember who it was against.
No, certainly a clutch player as he hits the first. He's up to 21 points.
Yeah, well
Make that 22. Now a 10-point lead to Frankston with 1 minute to go.
Let's see if the Tigers have a comeback.
Quarter.
Do they have an answer for it?
Tigers have shown they can put points on them very quickly. See
Left.
Bynes.
Left wide open. Majuk's got to get a hand to that.
Coach Jackson and Coach Chernishoff have both been telling the boys, get a hand up, get a hand up. And what happened? Here's Majok on the block, going to work to quick
nice
spin.
shot.
Oh, bad luck.
Majok.
Foul called.
I think the Tigers might have been a little unlucky on that one.
That wasn't
Bynes.
interesting.
Yeah, not
Looked
sure
like
that
all
was.
ball.
Not sure that
Wait
one
to
was
see
a
the
foul.
replay here. Met at the top. Looks pretty clean from where we were sitting. The replay showed that was pretty clean block, I think, in the end. But to no avail, Majok will go to the line for another 2.
Makes the first one count.
And hits the first.
Now this is what Tigers don't want, a game where we're sent to the line because we're shooting so well today. You said, what, 73% before?
That's it.
That'd be higher right now after making those last few.
No, you're absolutely right, and I think they can be the clutch things, especially if the game's going to be close into the fourth quarter. It all comes down to the free throw shooting and, of course, the fouls that go with it.
Yep, got to keep hands out. Play smart D.
So the Tigers with 5 team fouls with only 35 seconds left in this quarter. The Blues extended pressure again. Will Hickey looking to take control. As Michael Wells has a seat. No doubt we'll see Wells play the rest of the game once that fourth quarter kicks off.
Yep, getting a short rest, I'm sure.
As we see Bynes.
Oh, doesn't quite drop. Beautiful rebound.
Big block from Barker. But again, the Blues have got to do a little better about securing those defensive rebounds.
Yeah, need a box out.
Only 14 seconds on the clock. Shot clock, that is. 6-second difference between game and shot clock. Is Hickey
Oh,
to
open.
a wide
Three.
open.
Yep, got a box out.
Corner
Same
three,
thing
got
again.
a box out again. Luxford, who's been stroking, missed that last one.
I think the difference
3
is
seconds
that
to go.
Box out.
oh,
An absolute brick thrown up by Pozoglu in the end. What was probably lucky in the end for the Blues, I think. They gave up 2 offensive rebounds.
yeah.
Lead by 10.
But they're lucky enough as we have three-quarter time. The Blues up 10, 81-71 over the Melbourne Tigers in what was a spectacular third quarter that we were just treated to.
Absolutely. I think the Blues, if they want to keep this lead, they definitely need to get hands to shots. They need to box out because all of Melbourne are crashing the board. So it's no good if you're a guard just watching the ball go up. You need to box out anyone. So Melbourne, if their shots can start dropping, I think it'll be really, really close last quarter.
No, you're right. It really is. And if you look at some statistics, the Blues rebounding pretty well, 37 total rebounds. They've been turning, it's about even offensive either way, interestingly, on the stats. But, you know, I think in the game it certainly looks a lot different. But that can be the key, that rebounding statistic both ways. And, I mean, Michael Wells for the Tigers.
Frankston really needed to work out how to stop him.
Yeah, he just was on a tear. And I think if it wasn't for his fouls, he probably would have played a lot more aggressively.
Absolutely.
But rest assured, I think himself and Luxford will come out hard. Wells leading the charge for the Tigers with 28 points already. Luxford with 21. And Hadzamirowicz 22 and Bozeman with 15 of his own. But again, Majok doing well. 7 boards, 7 points. McDonald 10 points of his own. And I guess for you girls, with what you're seeing, what do you think's the key for Frankston, other than getting hands to shooters?
I reckon getting the ball inside to Majuk.
Yeah? Yep.
Yeah.
Getting the ball through the bigs. Yeah, we look a lot better when there's a bit more movement. Sometimes we get really quick shots and don't use the shot clock, and they're not always the best decisions. So I think definitely getting that ball moving will be a big thing.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I
Sorry.
agree. Also, when Nigel was pushing the ball and getting layups and like driving in and then passing it out, we looked good when we were pushing the ball, but if we didn't get anything, taking it out and then getting it inside, and
Absolutely.
just having a lot of poise, I think.
That's it.
We got a bit rushed.
I think that's a terrific point as well, Tori, because you're right. At the start of the game, that's where the Blues were so deadly. When Bozeman was probing early in transition and then kicking back out, and Young did the same thing. But if you're Coach Pino for the Tigers, what's the key to get over this 10-point deficit and win this game on the road?
Defend Nigel Young.
Hey, I think that's a fair call. Young is triggered
And
he's
a lot in that last quarter.
And I think definitely defensive transition, they've got to get back. If the Blues are going to push the floor, they need to get back and protect it. So,
and unforced turnovers, I would say, on cue. Will Hickey getting picked up for the travel. As we're underway from the Frankston Stadium, Brad White here. Hope you're enjoying the call through the NBL YouTube channel. I'm joined, of course, by the superstars of the Frankston Blues ladies team, Tori Jackson and Abby Chernishoff. It's great to have you on board.
Oh, unlucky to not finish that one. Blues ball. Nigel Young looks a bit unhappy that wasn't called a foul.
100% field goal percentage.
Yeah, that's very true. Still an impressive percentage.
Yes.
It's been phenomenal. Has Young. As we see another
out of
turnover.
court. Unlucky.
Gave it to him too early. Something you'd come to see in under 12s or under 10s
Yeah,
possibly.
got to be a little bit smarter than that.
So both teams a little bit unclean at the moment, but see the Tigers looking to trim this deficit as quickly as they can. Here's Luxford, who was hot in the third quarter from downtown. Turns the corner. Great move, great pass.
And a very big foul.
Definitely a foul.
I think it's an interesting call here from the officials. They're looking for a goaltender, the Tigers. But I think given the head fake and Pierce was up, he was holding onto the rim to save himself from a very, very dangerous situation. He got up.
I think
it'll be an interesting call to see, and it's good to see the officials getting together. Because I think had he not grabbed the rim, he really would have been all sorts. He would have landed right on the Tigers player. And
could have done a knee or an ankle.
Oh, he could have been pretty, certainly very dangerous. And so as we wait to see what the official call is here, both teams huddling up to chat through it. Great head fake done. Great.
Yeah, it was a good fake. Got him up.
Great push from the Tigers, and it is in fact 2 shots.
Yeah, basket doesn't count
for the Tigers. Coach Pino pleading his case.
Yeah, I definitely understand why Will Pierce did grab onto the ring then.
I think that's a great. That's great from the officials as well to come together, have a chat, work through it. And I think that's the smart call. That's just the common sense call.
Yeah.
What did you see? What did you see? Oh, okay. There was nothing malicious. Pierce knew he was in trouble, got in the air, and just didn't want to injure himself.
Yeah, great by the Tigers not to get too arced up by that call either.
Great call. No, absolutely. You see Vitala hitting the first. And he's good on the second, which is much better. The Tigers have been shooting very poorly from the free throw line, only 47%. But
oh, wow.
Yeah, now up to 50% after those two made. As we see Damon Bozeman come back on the floor, and Michael Wells, the dynamic duo. It's been a brilliant matchup between these two, and no doubt we'll see the rest of them both go the rest of the way. It's Young.
Nice pass out to Igor. And a beautiful three-point finish.
Iggy on cue, strokes it from the corner.
Will the Tigers have a comeback for that one?
No doubt Michael Wells will have something to say about that.
Wells has surely got something up his sleeve.
Oh. Great drive, great
unlucky.
Cross. Vitala showing the handle.
That's that push that we were talking about. That's
Bozeman.
Travel and a half.
As there's a...
That was good defense.
Travel called. Great D by Will Hickey, who actually thought he might have committed the foul. Bozeman hit hard.
That was great defensive position. I think if that wasn't a travel, I believe it would have been a charge.
No, I think
he was
right.
in front. His feet were flat.
And it's a tough one for the officials to call as well, but only because it happened so fast.
Yeah.
You don't know how far the defender's gone in, but Either way, great back cut by the
Beautiful
Tigers.
cut. Got to finish
gotta
those.
finish.
No good. Couldn't convert. We see Young on the way back.
Beautiful running by Igor.
Nice running.
Couldn't finish though. The Tigers straight back at them.
The Blues have got to get back there.
Quick on the trigger, Luxford. No good there.
It's lucky that the Tigers' shots aren't dropping.
Yeah, we had 2 at half court when they were all back.
The Blues up 84-73, looking to settle it down. Hadzimirovic taking control. Majok to Bozeman. Hadzimirovic.
Are they unaware of the shot clock?
4 seconds. 3 seconds. Tough shot.
Hit the ring.
Just hit the rim.
That's a very, very lucky outcome.
Unlucky.
Hit the ring.
It did
Out
hit the
on
rim.
Melbourne.
So it'll be 14 seconds put back on the shot clock. Tigers unable to secure the defensive rebound. Will Hickey just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Tough shot there though by Hadzimirovic. Had to going right for a left hand. It's never going to be easy.
Nah.
Especially with tough defense by the Tigers. Bozeman to inbound. We see Trist back on the floor. Trist with the 3 fouls.
Some good
High
leadership
pick.
on the court tonight by Nigel Young as well. Just telling, I think you're just telling Damon where to throw the ball, who to get it through. Rejection
awesome
by
D
Will Pearce.
Will.
Pearce
Unlucky.
throws it away. Luxford looking to dial it in again. Enjoys that spot.
They have to put the ball in the hole.
Yeah, I think the Tigers have had some pretty good looks
They
here,
have wide open shots.
but don't count them out yet. It's an 11-point game, but
Still 7 minutes to go.
Luxford could get hot real quick, and we've seen Wells shooting very well to Trist on the block. Classy move by Dan Trist.
Unlucky that it didn't finish, but that was a very strong move.
Strong move underneath. That's going to be well on William Hickey. That'll be his 4th. So we'll see a timeout from the Tigers, and I think it's been a great call by both Tory and Abby that the Tigers getting good looks, but just can't convert yet.
But if their shots start dropping, I think Frankston will definitely be in trouble. Yep.
Still plenty of time to go, 7 minutes and 8 seconds, and the caliber of players on both sides. I think it's going to be very entertaining.
Yep. And the foul trouble, it'll be interesting whether everyone can stay in the game for the rest of it.
Yeah, it can become a very telling stat very, very quickly, and whilst it's only one team foul each at the moment, I think the personal foul counts are the ones that are really going to play into it. Wells on 3, Bozeman on 3. Obviously, that's a matchup. Both ultra-aggressive guards will look to go and put heat on the rim at any opportunity. And so I guess this is an interesting point where it's something that's overlooked sometimes is the officials in this instance as well. They have a role to play, but they don't want to take it out of the players' hands.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely it'd definitely be a hard position to be a ref. I wouldn't want to put myself in that
I'd rather
position.
play than ref.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Look,
Too much pressure.
Yes, I never got into reffing simply because I didn't want to deal with players like me. So
I
that's
reffed
a
domestic when I was like 14, and it was a horrible job. I hated it.
it's a thankless job, but it certainly gives you a greater appreciation as a player if you do actually put on the black and white stripes.
Yeah,
it is
absolutely.
a tough gig. And so we have a wonderful officiating crew tonight at an all NBL1 game, so it's a credit to them to be able to turn up each week and give a high calibre of officiating to match the high calibre of playing, as we see Dan Trist coming out of that timeout at the line for 2. A hush goes over the crowd.
Ooh.
Dan Trist knew that was short.
Fall short.
Had a few choice words for himself on that one.
Hopefully he corrects on this one.
Oh.
Misses the second.
Unlucky.
That's rare for him.
And he knew it too. Can that be the 2 free throws that allows the Tigers to come back? So we see Hickey remaining on the floor with 4 fouls. Good see him directing traffic. Wells. Luxford, I believe. Luxford.
Wide open.
He's open to it.
Hickey
Open.
tried to get there, but
Shooter.
couldn't quite.
Vatala
Beautiful
strokes
shot by
the
Vatala.
3.
Beautiful shot under pressure.
Back to single digits, an 8-point game. What can Frankston do here? It's certainly gone a little quiet after we had an eventful
Absolutely.
last 5 minutes of the third and first.
I don't think
minutes
they're
of the
aware of the
fourth.
shot clock once again. Dan Trist for the comeback.
Downtown.
Dan Trist pointing at the crowd.
Big
Said,
man.
I got this.
Big man shooting from the 3.
Can do it too. Has range. Will Hickey Great move, and
That was
Dan
a
Trist.
speedy move.
He's the explosive Will Hickey.
Yeah.
First step.
Yeah, unfortunately Dan doesn't have that speedy first step to keep up with it.
Certainly Hickey very, very agile, very athletic. Trist, fourth foul on Dan Trist after hitting that.
I think he's going to come
After
up.
hitting that three.
Oh.
He's got something to say. Has been ejected.
He's
Dan
ejected.
Trist
Oh my
in
goodness.
an amazing turn of events. I'm not sure what's just happened there, but the referee has signalled Dan Trist has been ejected. As
Good leadership by Nigel Young
Yeah.
and Damon Bozeman, making sure
Getting
that he
Dan outta
leaves
here.
so that nothing else happens.
the officials having a conversation, Nigel Young on the spot.
I don't think Andrew Harms is too happy
No,
after that
they
one.
do not look very happy.
Andrew Harms
Hands on his hips.
looking at Dan Trist as he exits the game, and what a huge moment in this game with 6 minutes 14 to go. The crowd has gone deathly silent.
I wonder what he said.
Clearly something that the referees didn't appreciate. I think the officials do a great job of being able to talk to the players, and no doubt as players yourselves, you'll have a conversation. If things aren't going your way, they'll let you express it a little, but I'd say that whatever was said
Wasn't very
by
nice.
Dan Trist,
It's the way that you express it with respect and putting your point across politely.
politely.
Otherwise the refs won't hear it.
No, you're absolutely right. As we see coaching staff for the Blues unsure how to approach it now.
Sorry. Oh, it's just lucky that they've got Majuk to come back on the court, so they've still got that height. It's just a shame that, you know, they obviously don't have Dan now.
As the officials are discussing with the score team, just to make sure that they get it all correct with Dan Trist. In case you've just tuned in, Dan Trist has been ejected from this game after a seemingly innocuous encounter. Got pinged for a foul on a Will Hickey drive as he looks to take two, and must have had a conversation with the officials, has resulted in his removal, and he'll see no further part in this game. Will Hickey nails the first and hits the second as well. Great shooting, and then we'll see Michael Wells stepping up for the penalty for the tech fouls and misses. Michael Wells.
Got to make these ones count.
These are the free
they need
easy
these.
buckets. They've got the momentum now, the Tigers.
That's better. Got to make
there'll
this
be-
last one count. Oh,
There may be 4 free throws, I think. There would have been a
Yeah,
tech foul,
sorry.
then the ejection. As Wells misses
Oh.
another.
he'd be
There's a
hating himself for this.
Clutch baskets.
The Melbourne
He was
bench all
missing.
have their hands on their faces.
Michael Wells knows as he strikes. He only goes 50% in that trip. Brings it back to a 7-point game. Could have been a 5-point encounter, but so be it. Dan Trist ejected. Majok has come in, and he'll see the rest of this half. So have the Melbourne Tigers in the perfect position, primed to take advantage of a now undermanned Frankston
Oh,
team.
beautiful cut by Wells
Deep
there.
in the shot clock. Wells has got to get it up.
Nice.
Oh,
Gets
great
through
drive.
Michael Wells.
Good
Frankston.
defense by
Only
Damon
1
Bozeman,
second
but
on the shot clock. Wells up to 30 points. Putting on a
30
show.
points.
Michael Wells. Bozeman looking to come back. How can Frankston respond? Nigel Young. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bozeman looking to take control. Majok with the screen.
Oh, no.
Wells nearly picks it off.
got to put it up.
Oh.
I feel like Frankston are really struggling with getting an offense started before the last 14 seconds of the shot clock.
That is an exceptionally good pickup, Abby. You're exactly right. They really are. Whether it's a communication or a structural thing, we don't know. But they're getting deep in the clock. Only 1 second left on the shot clock.
And their only option is really to send the big up to set an on-ball, and then it's just a one-on-one play from there. So
There's a quick release there. Hadzamerovic.
oh,
Tough call.
unlucky
Another
foul there.
big foul called. Nigel Young shows composure though, and all of a sudden, with Dan Trist, the foul, the tech foul, then his ejection, 14 fouls for the Blues.
Absolutely.
One more team foul. The Tigers are at the line the rest of the way, and with plenty of basketball to go.
Dangerous, yeah.
Absolutely dangerous with 5.5 minutes to go. 5-point game. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to get interesting really, really quickly at the Frankston Stadium via YouTube, the NBL channel, thanks to NBL1. You see a three lined up. Vitala hits!
Over those long arms of Majuk too.
Majuk closed down, and all of a sudden,
2-point game.
Coach Harms has to call a timeout. Frankston in trouble.
That's got to be a two-handed closeout to a shooter like that.
Vitala shot it with confidence. That's 2 in a row from downtown. And the Tigers are on a 9-0 scoring run. Amazing scenes and how quickly it can change. 2-point game, Frankston in front. But you'd have to think that the Tigers are set and ready to take this game over.
Now.
Absolutely. Frankston are probably feeling a little bit flat as well after Dan's been ejected. They're in foul trouble. Melbourne's got nothing to lose. Down by 2. They're not shooting too well, but after a couple of nice triples there.
Yes.
It's not. I think it's anyone's game. There's 5 minutes to go, and anything can happen in that time.
And I think it's important, as you know, we look at the Tigers huddle for the Frankston team, especially for Coach Harms, just to settle his group down, just to really realign them and just reiterate, they were holding a double-digit lead at one point during this game. They've held a 6 to 8 point advantage for the majority of the game. And they can't let one sequence with a key player get them off track. They've just got to resettle, settle themselves down, reconnect. As we mentioned earlier, they seem a little bit disconnected in their half-court offense. I think if they can get ball through hands, get a structured half-court set, or some easy transition baskets, that'll make a big difference. But as we see Bozeman after that timeout.
Looks like they're getting into a set now, so that's good.
Yeah.
No doubt Coach Harms would have drawn something up. Great defense from the Tigers, though.
Oh.
Big foul call. Will Hickey, that is his 5th. He will see no further part in the game. And the tech is being called on Will Hickey as well. Amazing scenes.
I wonder if he was saying something to himself in frustration and the ref heard it.
It's actually a technical foul has been called on the Melbourne Tigers bench. The official clarifying with Coach Pino and having a chat with Bynes as well.
Lachlan Barker to the line.
Jack Bynes, I think, may have actually triggered that because he has just come on for Will Hickey.
Makes the first one count.
Lachlan Barker misses the second. Sporting an amazing mustache, Lachlan Barker. Incredible scenes here.
Mustache and headband.
Not sure if you lost a bet, won a dare, who knows. Majuk going to work.
Maybe he just thinks it looks good, who knows.
That is a hard ass to tip in, Nigel Young.
Well done, Nigel Young.
What a game we are being treated to, ladies and gentlemen.
Back to 5 points.
5-point turnaround. Incredible.
Do Melbourne have an answer?
Through Michael Wells, no doubt. That's a great no-look pass. Excellent help defense by the Blues. Opens up the lane there. Luxford.
Nice
it's a tough finish. Sensational action here. Both teams. 3-point ball game. 4 minutes 20 to go.
Well, it looks like Frankston are getting through a set here, so that's good.
Looking inside again. Young, explosive move, hard to the hole.
Showing that athleticism again.
That vertical.
Great move, Nigel Young. Went up strong, got rewarded. Great to see as well. Bynes knew he fouled him.
Yeah, some great sportsmanship shown there by Bynes. Checking if Young was okay and helping him get up.
And I hate to say it, Abby, but your call was going to Majuk. These last 2 sets, what's happened?
But it's gone to him. The ball needs to go through his hands, I feel, in order to get it back out to shooters. If it stays in the guard's hands, we're not getting much out of it. They're almost in like the horns type of set that they're running. There's just such good defense by Melbourne that they can't get the ball in there.
Basketball will count, I think.
It certainly will. This is an interesting call because that was on a free throw.
Yeah. There is actually a new rule, I believe, that if it bounces up off of the rim into the air and it's tapped, it doesn't count.
So the call is basket interference, but only for 1 point because it was a free throw.
Yes, okay.
Makes sense.
Great officiating here tonight. It's what has been a highly eventful game so far. The Tigers down 4. 4 minutes to go. Plenty of basketball to come. Possibly looking to make a
Oh,
difference.
got to get hands to
Open
those
shooter,
shooters.
Vitala couldn't convert. Young,
Good rebound by Young
another
there.
rebound. Young
Here
doing
he
it
goes.
all.
Oh,
Pushing
Majuk
the
running the
ball.
floor. Got a seal. Look at him inside.
Coach Chernishoff
Coach of the
disappointed.
Year, Abby.
Get it into Majuk, my man. As Barker
Oh, unlucky
called
there.
for the carry. It is all happening here tonight.
See, that carry wouldn't have happened if the ball had been passed inside.
Coach Chernishoff is fuming. She's going to be having a conversation with Frankston basketball management after this game. Get a direct feed from me down to the bench. To the Tigers back into their offensive sets.
Oh, beautiful
Lines
cut
on the
by
great
Wells.
cut by Wells. Diving to the hoop. The foul is called.
Strong
David
move.
Bozeman.
Fourth.
Got to play clever for the next 3 minutes. Frankston are on 5 fouls too, so every foul from here on out, 2 shots.
Michael Wells steps to the line. 32 points. 2 assists. Hits the first.
Makes it count.
Lucky roll.
It'd be great to see you love to see that Eddie guards. You see the gap, dive to the hole, and it was a great unselfish pass too
Absolutely.
to the feed and aggressive as he hits the second as
Wells
well.
up to 34 points.
Impressive.
The entire crowd here, the packed house in attendance, holding their breath to see if they're home.
Oh, great
getting
seal by
inside.
Majuk. Potential foul
Majuk
there. Yeah.
tackled by every single Tigers player basically.
They know how much of a threat he is, so.
Cannot give him any room as the crowd agrees.
And now that Frankston started passing it in, they're sending 2 defenders to him, so that leaves someone else open.
Oh, good cut.
Slick pass,
Right
Nigel Young.
idea.
Looked straight to Coach Harms and said, my bad, my bad. We'll reset it here. It's a 2-point game, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes to go. Hope you're enjoying the call tonight. Coming live from the Frankston Basketball Centre. Tigers
Oh,
Nelly with the steal. Pazoglu aggressive on the drive.
Oh, no
an
call.
No
interesting
call.
no call
Yeah.
there. I thought that might have been a foul.
Great D there from the Blues. Might have been a bit of a reach, but 10 seconds on the shot clock. It's the floor wipers getting a workout tonight.
They are.
Lots of
Done
sweaty
a
bodies
wonderful
out there.
job. Shows the commitment by both teams though. They're going so hard. Bodies hitting the floor. It's fantastic to see. And this is what we've become accustomed to in this NBL1 action, and especially from these 2 teams.
Yeah, people putting their bodies on the line for their team. It's great.
Crowd getting involved now. Chance of defense. 10 seconds on the shot clock. What can the Tigers do?
Oh.
Great set!
Wide
Pazoglu on
open
the
in the
stuff.
key.
That was bad miscommunication from
Beautifully
Frankston.
executed
Very
inbounds
beautiful.
by the Tigers.
Getting the Melbourne
tied
bench
up.
rowdy again.
Pazoglu can throw it down, and Bozeman
Damon just doesn't make
no
it.
good on the 3. It's all tied up here, Frankston Stadium.
Frankston needs to get a stop here. Play some good D, get hands to shooters.
It's what has been an exceptional game tonight. Everyone in attendance being treated, and at home.
Ooh,
We see Luxford
unlucky.
looking to dial in a 3. It's Bozeman on the push.
Good push by Bozeman. Oh,
Beautiful
hands.
read by
Oh,
Luxford
into
as
the
he
crowd.
flies into the stands.
into the floor sweepers.
Exceptional, exceptional commitment by Luxford as he went diving. Did the floor wipers save him? They might have cleared out a little bit.
I think
The
they
Tigers player.
might have loved that though because they're all giggling.
No, the Tigers player flying through.
What will Majuk's to see? Oh,
It's
beautiful!
Young,
pass.
dunking his own!
And the crowd
Nigel
goes
Young.
wild.
The crowd absolutely lit up. Nigel Young
Showing off that vertical leap
Yeah,
once
that-
again.
not happy with Nick Pazoglu getting a dunk. Wanted one of his own.
Good defense.
Wells
Oh,
on the drive.
unlucky.
Tough.
Foul is called. Hadzamerovic not happy. Needs to make sure that as we see the dunk again, Nigel Young, get up, baby. Huge stuff. Nearly knocked himself out on the rim. Just had to match
No,
Nick Pazoglu's dunk.
it always impresses me how small bodies can make their way through the bigger bodies, find that shot. Whether they hit it or not, draw the foul. Wells has been doing a really good job of that tonight.
Exceptional job. Michael Wells has been outstanding tonight. 35 points already. 70% free throw shooter at the moment. Hits another, and all of a sudden, the Melbourne Tigers crowd that have made the trip to Frankston are getting rowdy. A minute 52. It is all tied up. 93 apiece.
Frankston are getting it through hands, which is good.
But deep in the shot clock again.
Nigel Young.
Nigel Young on the block. Great move.
Just doesn't.
Pizoglu on the break.
Great running by Wells.
Nick Pizoglu.
Wells with the rebound. Unlucky.
Young. Great rebound. Turned it over.
Steal.
It's an amazing game here, ladies and gentlemen.
Frankston
I hope you're
needs to be
enjoying.
poised.
Wells from downtown.
He was never
And
missing
hits
that.
the Tigers bench. Up and about.
Timeout called by Frankston.
A huge sequence for the Tigers. Can you believe it? They are now 3 points in front. Nigel Young got the rebound. Unfortunately threw it away. Tigers picked it up. And Wells, clutch with a minute 20 to go, has put his Tigers team up 96-93. Woo, I better take a breath.
39 points.
That's an impressive
for the
score.
Little Mike Wells.
In 34 minutes, if you don't mind.
I wonder if Iggy needs to hit some of his clutch threes for Frankston to get back in this one.
Yeah, I wonder whether a play will be drawn up for him. I think Nigel's feeling a little bit disheartened by that. Hopefully he's not too in his head, because we need him to stay poised and in control for this next minute 20.
There's a lot of
Frankston to have any chance.
It's still a long time to go.
Yeah.
It's still, especially with
both teams in the bonus. Yeah.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. So, you know, the reality is for Frankston, who are on that 4-game winning streak, sitting 4th on the ladder, Tigers are going to battle for everything, but they've just got to play that poised game and real, as you said, get through whatever's been drawn up. Young's got to move on. He realises he made a mistake, but he's got to move on, do the team thing. 3 points isn't much. And what we've seen has been a game of runs from both teams, plus ejections, as we see my commentary box teammates, Tori Jackson and Abby Chernishoff, catching a selfie out to the world.
Well, we need to have proof that we helped commentate this. It's our claim to fame.
And you've been doing a spectacular job too, girls. I think you got a career in coaching and in commentary if you wanted.
Well, we actually do coach the bottom age girls, 12-6ers here at Frankston.
Fantastic.
But I mean,
big steal
big
by
steal.
the Tigers. Luxford on the push.
Unlucky finish.
Pizoglu, Young,
Rebound by Young.
Frankston looking to come back. Bozeman hard to the rack. Tough shot.
Can't finish.
Both teams looking for the
ball.
foul.
Majuk with a big rebound.
Frankston still in it.
Beautiful shot
fake. Barker, can he hit?
Barker makes it count.
The crowd goes ballistic at the Frankston Stadium. Nigel Young pumps both fists. Lachlan Barker said, just another day at the office for me.
And Nigel Young
in the clutch. Look at the friendly roll on the replay.
Nigel Young flexing his vertical leap once again. With a rebound down both ends of the court.
Spectacular scenes here from the Frankston Stadium. I will have no voice left. My sound engineer's in having conniptions. Tori Jackson's on fire. Abby Chernishoff, it is all happening. 96 apiece.
39 seconds to go.
Melbourne Tigers and Frankston Blues are absolutely putting on a show. Both teams will not go down without a fight.
We might be looking at some overtime here.
We can only hope. With what we've seen so far, this game has been absolutely amazing. A wonderful game here, and it exemplifies everything we love about this NBL1 program and what has been a spectacular season. And as we close in on finals, every point matters, every win and loss matters.
Absolutely.
As both teams look to come out of their huddles, the Tigers take a little bit of extra time, because all of a sudden it's back to 96 apiece, 0 off, and start again with 39 seconds left in this game, or not.
I wonder what Coach Pino will have drawn up here.
My call, Luxford, Wells, Pizoglu. I think it'll be Wells to look early. Can he penetrate, get to the line again? He's done that so well.
Yep.
If not, Luxford on a pick and pop maybe, or Pizoglu just to be amazing as he is. It's only 11 seconds on the shot clock. Here we see Luxford on the drive.
A beautiful pass.
Great pass, great straight up
defense,
D.
great
It's an
finish.
amazing finish by Bynes over Majok. Majok, it was great defense. Tough finish in the end. This vocal stadium now. Crowd on their feet. Bozeman taking control. His team down 2. What can he come up with? Goes hard to the rack. Gets blocked. The jump ball is called. Bynes doing it on both ends. Great defense there.
Frankston ball.
Jack
Timeout.
Bynes.
Probably should have passed that one out when
Bozeman.
4 players came up to him.
1 on 4 probably wasn't the answer. It will be Frankston ball though. After the jump ball is called with only 12.9 seconds to go. Frankston down 2.
Will they try and win it? Or will they try for a 2 to draw it? I wonder.
I would suggest if you are Coach Harms, you'd be going just to easy 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking through
Easy
Nigel.
2, and then defend hard. Don't put yourself under time pressure though. Once this ball's inbounded, don't try and burn too many seconds. You you want the last
You
shot.
want to get a good shot.
But run your set. Run, no doubt. Coach Harms will have a set for this kind of exact situation. They would have practiced it at practice. So it's just about executing. I think you're absolutely right. I think Young is the option here. Bozeman has been good, but I think Young, he's really been the inspiration these last 2 quarters. Hadzamerovic has been an exceptionally good shooter tonight. He may be open if they do want to look to win it.
Absolutely.
But don't expect anything else but hard defense from the Tigers. They will be denying everything. They'll be doubling down. They'll be running this thing out of here. If they can come away with a win on the road in front of a raucous.
And
that.
without Dane
Crowd.
Pinno as well. That'd be great for them.
Absolutely. To steal a win, it's never easy on the road and could have massive implications. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. 12.9 seconds to go.
7 seconds on the shot clock.
7 on the shot clock. The Blues, what can they run here? Into Majok. Go to turn the corner. Hadzamerovic misses. Tigers secure the rebound.
Oh, Frankston ball.
It was out of bounds.
6.2 seconds to go. Frankston's ball.
6.2 on the clock. Amazing. Tigers diving on everything. It was out of bounds though when he took it. Michael Wells.
Bynes seemed a little bit angry with that call.
Hadzamerovic just couldn't convert. Floor wipers. Why not? Get everybody out there. Don't forget Dan Trist, who was ejected from the game, took no further part.
Wonder if he's watching it in the change rooms.
So we looked Bozeman to inbound. Same set.
Same set, yeah.
Great denial.
Can't get it in.
Bozeman with the pickup. What can he do?
Frankston ball again, 2.4
Frankston
seconds.
again with 2.4 to go. Bozeman looking to go himself.
Harms was looking for the foul on
Hadzamerovic
that
was
one.
open. Young pleading for the foul. Hadzamerovic was wide open for 3. Bozeman couldn't see him or hear him, I don't think.
The ball's getting a wipe this time.
As we set up, 2.4 to go. Tigers, can they get the stop? Frankston, what can they do here? Nearly couldn't get it in the last possession. Different set. Bozeman for the win. Can you believe it? David Bozeman has won the game.
Beautiful finish
Oh,
there.
Frankston,
Wow.
extraordinary.
Look at the crowd on their feet.
As the crowd goes mental.
That's a good home win.
David Bozeman
Well
has just
done,
stuck
Damon
a dagger
Bozeman.
through the Melbourne Tigers organisation.
That's got to hurt.
Unbelievable scenes.
Not sure who was defending him, but he's not going to be happy.
An extraordinary game, an amazing result. David Bozeman on the buzzer has just absolutely shattered the Melbourne Tigers.
That has to be in the highlights reel this week.
As we see this last play in the replay, Damon Bozeman, ice in his veins.
Beautiful finish. No hesitation
Absolutely.
whatsoever.
Knew it was his. Spectacular scenes here. This full house at the Frankston Stadium has seen an absolutely incredible game. And a huge thanks to Tori Jackson and Abby Chernisoff for being in the commentary box with me this afternoon. Brad White coming at you from Frankston Stadium as we see signs of jubilation from the Frankston team. Big thanks to the Sportscast team as well. Coming at you from the NBL YouTube channel. Big celebrations here for the Frankston Blues after a spectacular game. Could have gone any direction. The Tigers, they'll have their heads held high. It was a wonderful game by them.
Yeah, that was a good
Michael
game to
Wells,
watch.
39 points if you don't mind. It was extraordinary. Luxford came through in the clutch, but in the end, it was Damon Bozeman and his Frankston Blues coming away with the win by 1 point, 99-98. So a big thanks if you've been listening from everywhere around Australia. Big thanks to NBL1 and the team down here at Frankston Stadium. Huge thanks to Sportscast and what they've been able to do. And of course, Coach Chernisoff, Coach Jackson, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
We look forward to speaking to you again soon. And for everyone here down in Frankston, have a wonderful night. Looking forward to the game, Frankston Blues and the Southern Sabres tomorrow again on the NBL YouTube channel.